back to Aptitude Lecture Series. This is Karthik. In this session, I would like to discuss an interesting topic, averages. As you already know, averages is one of the important topics in many competitive exams. There are three different types of questions we will be asked in the averages. I will start the class with the concepts and then I will discuss few examples in each different topic, and then I will explain few tips and tricks to solve the problems quickly. Let's get started with the course. Okay, let me start the class with the definition of average. What do you mean by average? Average means mean. The sum of the observations divided by the total number of observations, that is called the average or mean. Let me take a simple example here. What is the average of numbers 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10? How can we find out? We can find out by calculating the sum of the numbers divided by the total number of observations. What is the sum of the numbers? 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8 plus 10. Total numbers are 5. That is 30 divided by 5, 6. 6 is the average of these numbers. This is the basics of average. By using this formula, we can find out the average of any certain numbers, right? I would like to tell you one more concept here. Sum of the deviations is always 0 in case of average. What do you mean by deviation? Deviation means the difference between the average and the actual number. How much it is deviated from the average. If we calculate the deviation for all the numbers and if we sum those numbers, we will get always 0. Let's check this here. 2. In case of 2, how much it is deviated from average? 6 minus 4. In case of 4, minus 2. 6, 0. This is plus 2, this is plus 4. Let's add these numbers. Minus 4, minus 2, plus 0, plus 2, plus 4. How much we'll get? We'll get 0. Sum of the deviations of any numbers will get always 0. By using this concept, we can solve many problems within very less time. When I discuss the problems, I will explain this concept again. I would like to tell you one more simple concept. Let's assume one person, he is traveling from one location to other location. The distance is d. By going up, he is traveling with x kilometer per hour. While coming back, he is coming with y kilometer per hour. Then how much would be the average speed? How can we calculate that one? We know this one, right? Let's assume time takes to go in the upward direction, that is t1. What would be that one? Distance travelled by the velocity. Velocity is x. This is one thing. And let's assume the other direction, the time takes to travel from this to this is t2. The distance is same. The velocity is y. Right? Let's add this one, t1 plus t2. This is the total time taken. How much we'll get? D into 1 by x plus 1 by y. This is t1 plus t2 equal to d into x plus y by xy. Right? What we were asked to solve, the average velocity. Average velocity, how can we find out? Total distance travelled by the time taken. What is the total distance? The total distance is d from this to this place and d again from the right hand side to left hand side. So 2d divided by t1 plus t2. How much we'll get? 2 into xy divided by x plus y. Right? We may be asked questions from this concept also. We will be given with the, in the one direction the speed is x, the other direction speed is y, and we will be asked to find out the average velocity. This is the concept to find out the average velocity. I hope you have understood the concepts. What we have discussed, the basic definition of average, this is the definition, and we have discussed the total sum of the deviations in any numbers is 0. The third one is, if you were asked to solve the average speed, this is the way to find out the average speed. Right? Let me take few examples and solve those examples by using techniques. Okay, let's take this example. In first 10 overs of cricket match, the run rate was 3.2. What should be the run rate in remaining 40 overs to reach the target of 282 runs? Right? what we were given in the first 10 overs, the run rate was 3.2. Run rate means average runs scored per over, that is the run rate. And what we were asked to solve, what should be the run rate in remaining 40 overs to reach the target of 282 runs. How can we find out that one? In the first 10 overs, 3.2 was the run rate. That means total runs scored in 10 overs is 10 into 3.2, that is 32. Right? The second statement, what should be the run rate in remaining 40 overs to reach the target of 282 runs? To find out that one, what we need to have? We need to find out total number of runs scored in 40 overs. Then we can divide it with 40, then we will find out the average, that is the run rate of 40 overs. Let's solve that one. Average or run rate in 40 overs is equal to, how can we find out? Total number of runs scored in 40 overs. Then this is the total number of runs, 282 in 40 overs means we need to subtract the runs scored in the first 10 overs. How much runs scored in first 10 overs? That is 32 divided by 40. How much we will get? 250 divided by 40, that is 6.25. This is the run rate scored in 40 overs. Let me recap it. The statements given in this question is, in the first 10 overs of cricket match, the run rate was 3.2. That means in an over, 3.2 runs are scored, and what should be the run rate in remaining 40 overs to reach the target of 282 runs? In average runs scored in the 10 overs is 3.2. 32 is the total runs scored in 10 overs. Within the second statement, what we need to find out? Run rate in 40 overs. How we can find out? Total number of runs scored in 42 overs divided by the total number of overs. Total number of runs scored in 40 overs is 282 is the 50 overs score minus 10 overs score divided by 40. We have got the answer 6.25. This is the run rate which is scored in the 40 overs in order to reach the 282 runs. I hope you have understood it. Let me take the another example. Let's solve the second one. The average monthly income of P and Q is 5050. The average monthly income of Q and R is 6250. And the average monthly income of P and R is 5200. And we were asked to solve the monthly income of P. We were given with the three statements and we were asked to solve the income of P. How we can solve that one? What is the average income of P and Q? Average income of P and Q. How we can find out? The income of P plus the income of Q divided by 2, because two persons are there. How much it is? 5050. So P plus Q, the monthly income of P and Q is 0, 0, 1 and 10. 10,100. This is the one equation we can get. And the second one, average income of Q and R is Q plus R divided by 2, that is 6250. Then Q plus R equal to how much we will get? 0 and 12,500. This is second one. The third one is P and R. Average income of P and R is P plus R by 2. Right? You are understanding the problem, right? 5200. Then P plus R should be 10,400. This is the third one. What you were asked to solve? You were asked to solve the income of P. How we can find out? If we add these three, what we can get? The sum of the incomes of P, Q and R we will get. If we subtract it with the Q plus R, then what we will get? We will get the income of P, right? Let's sum these one. P plus Q plus R. If we add these two, what we will get? 2 into P plus Q plus R, because P, P and Q, Q, R, R. 2 times it is there, so 2 into this one. Let's add this one. 0, 0, 9, 10, 3 and then 3, 33, 000. Sum of the incomes of P, Q, R. What we will get? Then P plus Q plus R. The total income of PQR is 33,000 divided by 2, 16500, 16,500. This is the total income of P plus Q plus R. If we subtract the 4 from, if we subtract 4 minus 2, how much we'll get? We'll get P plus Q plus R minus Q plus R, that is, we'll get the income of P. How much it is? 16,500 minus 12,500, that is 4,000. 4,000 is the income of P. Let me recap it. We were given with the three statements, the average monthly income of P and Q. What we have done? Average means P plus Q by 2. The income of P and income of Q divided by the two numbers, right? So by 2 we got the P plus Q. Similarly we got the Q plus R. With the third statement we got the P plus R. What we were asked to solve? We were asked to solve the income of P. How we can find out? If we sum these three, we will get the income of P, Q and R. Once we get this one, if we subtract this 4 minus 2, what we will get? We will get the income of P, that is 4,000. By this way, you can solve average problems. Let me take some more problems and explain it.